Recently, Tesla found itself caught in the crossfire of the commercial battle between the United States and China, and the situation is far from pretty. China is Tesla's second-largest market, and these retaliatory tariffs are hitting the company right where it hurts: its electric dreams. Stick around because we'll break down exactly how this trade war could send Tesla's stock into a slump, with Elon Musk sending out strongly worded tweets. Imagine it's 2018 and the United States decides to impose tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese products. Tariffs are basically taxes on imported goods. And these were no joke, folks. We're talking about a 25% tax on a range of products, including electric vehicles. China retaliated with its own set of tariffs on American products, and that's when things started to get really complicated for Tesla. China is a huge market for Tesla, being the second largest after the United States. But with these retaliatory tariffs in place, suddenly Tesla cars became much more expensive for Chinese consumers. Imagine walking into a Tesla dealership in Shanghai, ready to drop a good chunk of change on a brand new Model S, only to be hit with a price that makes your eyes water. Not ideal, right? And that's why these retaliatory tariffs represent such a big threat to Tesla's future in China. It's a classic case of being stuck in the middle of a trade war. And as we all know, nobody wins a trade war. Let's be real, buying a Tesla is not like grabbing a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. So when China imposed these heavy tariffs on cars made in the United States, it sent shockwaves through the Chinese automotive market. Suddenly, those sleek, futuristic Tesla models became even more out of reach for the average Chinese consumer. Imagine you're a young professional in Beijing, finally ready to join the electric revolution with the brand new Tesla Model 3. You walk into a Tesla dealership only to find out that the price of your dream car has skyrocketed by tens of thousands of yuan, all thanks to these inconvenient tariffs. These tariffs put Tesla in a difficult position. The company had invested heavily in the Chinese market, but a significant portion of its sales in China still depended on models imported from the United States. And with those imports now subject to much higher prices, it became really tough for Tesla to compete with local electric vehicle manufacturers who don't have to deal with the same tariff burden. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, didn't Tesla just open a massive factory in China? Surely that counts for something in this trade war mess. And you'd be right. Tesla's Gigafactory in Shanghai should be its shield against the tariff storm. The idea was simple: build cars locally in China, sell them locally, and completely avoid these import taxes. Although the Gigafactory gives Tesla some degree of protection against tariffs on imported cars, it doesn't make the company completely immune to the whims of the Chinese government. The Chinese government wants foreign companies like Tesla to rely more on local production, using Chinese suppliers and creating jobs within their borders. Here's the problem. Building cars requires a global network of suppliers, all working in harmony to produce the thousands of parts that make up a standard vehicle. Tesla, despite its reputation for innovation, is just as dependent on this global supply chain as any other automaker. A significant portion of its components, particularly batteries and raw materials, comes from China. When the United States imposed tariffs on Chinese products, China retaliated with its own tariffs targeting important American exports, including automotive parts. This means that although Tesla is building cars in China, some of the parts needed to assemble those cars are still subject to these tariffs. This disruption in the supply chain caused by the tariffs led to higher costs for parts, longer delivery times, and a lot of headaches for Tesla's executives. Now, you might think that with all this drama from the trade war, Tesla could catch a break in the competitive world, right? Wrong. Chinese companies like BYD, NIO, and Xpeng have ramped up their own electric vehicle production and are gaining market share, while Tesla is preoccupied with tariff issues. These Chinese companies have some major advantages. They aren't subject to the same import tariffs that Tesla faces and have a keen understanding of local consumer preferences. They also have established relationships with suppliers and distributors, giving them a competitive edge. So far, we've focused on how China's retaliatory tariffs have indirectly impacted Tesla. But what if China decides to be a bit more direct in its approach? Imagine a world where China suddenly implements new regulations specifically targeting foreign electric vehicle manufacturers. Tesla could find itself trapped in a regulatory maze, struggling to keep up with a constantly changing landscape of rules and requirements. And let's not forget the juicy government subsidies that China loves to offer its local electric vehicle manufacturers. We're talking about the very real possibility of China using its regulatory and financial power to give its own companies an advantage in the increasingly competitive electric vehicle market. Now let's talk about the real reason we're all here, the cold, hard numbers. Losing a significant share of the Chinese market could have a devastating impact on Tesla's global sales. We're talking about a possible domino effect, where a slowdown in China leads to lower global production, which in turn scares investors, causing Tesla's stock price to plummet. The stakes are high, folks, and the pressure is on Tesla to find a way to navigate this trade war minefield without blowing up its entire business model. Okay, so we've established that Tesla is in a tough spot, caught between the hammer and the anvil of a trade war and facing a group of hungry Chinese competitors. But this is Elon Musk we're talking about, the man who literally launched a car into space just for fun. Surely he has a plan, right? A cunning strategy to outmaneuver his opponents and emerge from this trade war smelling like roses and battery acid. Option 1. Double down on local production. Tesla could further ramp up production at its gigafactory in Shanghai, reducing its reliance on imported parts. Option 2. The art of the deal. Maybe Elon could negotiate better trade terms with China? Option 3. If you can't beat them, join them. Tesla could explore strategic partnerships with Chinese companies, sharing technology and resources to create a mutually beneficial alliance. Now let's take a step back and look at the big picture. This trade war isn't just about tariffs and sales numbers. It's about the future of the global automotive industry and China's ambition to become the dominant force in electric vehicles. Will Tesla be able to weather this storm and maintain its position as a major player in the Chinese market? Or will it be relegated to the sidelines, watching as Chinese companies speed down the fast lane of the EV revolution? The truth is, no one knows for sure how this will all play out. But one thing is certain, the outcome of this trade war will have far-reaching consequences for Tesla, for China, and for the future of mobility itself. So there you have it, the story of Tesla, China, and the trade war that's throwing a wrench into the gears of the electric vehicle revolution. Tesla is facing some serious challenges, the kind that would make even the most seasoned CEO break a sweat. But let's not forget, we're talking about Tesla, a company known for its innovation, resilience, and ability to defy expectations. So the question remains, can Tesla survive this trade war? Can they navigate the turbulent waters of geopolitical tensions, outmaneuver their rivals, and come out of this trial stronger than ever? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be one hell of a ride. And there you have it. Tesla, a company that seemed capable of defying gravity, both literally with its rockets and figuratively with its soaring stock price, now faces a very real, down-to-earth problem, a trade war. The question is, can Tesla pull off yet another gravity-defying move and come out on top? Or is this the moment when the music stops, the wheels fall off, and everyone realizes that maybe, just maybe, betting everything on a volatile market and a CEO who tweets like a caffeine-fueled teenager wasn't the most solid investment strategy? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And to stay updated, watch the next video. I'm sure it'll be just perfect for you.